Hi there, today we're going to learn about how to add your custom form into your Canva website. So here we are in my Canva website. By the way, I'm just using a template, and then we need to decide where to put your form. For example, I want to add the form right here and just delete on some of the stuff. So for example, I just want to create a contact form. So in order to create your form, you can just search on Google. You can I suggest you can use JotForm since it's free. And then once you have searched it, you can click on it. So if you haven't created an account yet, it will redirect you to create an account. And then after you create an account, you will be redirected to this page right here. So here we are in the workspace dashboard. So for example, I want to create a new form. Let's just click on create. And then you can choose anything that you want. So since we want to create a form, let's just create a form. And then if you want to choose right here, you can select e-sign forms, import forms, smart PDF form. So we'll just use a template form. And then you can choose from the different forms right here if you want. Since you want to have a contact us form, let's just search for it. And then here we can choose any style of form that we want. So I just want to have a simple form. Let's just choose this one. Let's just click on use template and then it will redirect us to the page right here. So here we are in the form builder. So if you want to add some new elements, you can just click on new elements. If you want, you can add more elements right here. So for example, I want to have a paragraph right here. And then we want to have a heading for this. So for example, this description. And click to edit this text right below it. And then, so for example, I decided I don't want to add this element anymore. So just click on it and then click on delete. And then that's it. So if you want to edit it further, you can click on the form designer button right here. It's a blue one located on the right side. And then if you want to choose some color schemes, you can just click on it and see it reflects on the form builder page that we have. So since the website is in black, let's just choose a black color scheme. If you want to have different background image, you can choose one if you want. So here we are, page image. You can choose a file. You can drag and drop and you can upload. So for example, I want to choose this one. And then we can see that the background image has now changed. But since it doesn't really fit the form that we have, so let's just remove it. And then if you want to change the form color, you can do so as well. Then the font color. And then once you're done, you can click on styles. And then if you want to change the width of the form, you can do so. For example, 800. So it widen the form a little bit. So if you want to change the question spacing, the font style, if you want that one, and change it to Roboto. And the button style, you can also change it as well. You can just click on the different options right here. You can choose from an image. You can choose from gradient. You can choose from flat, and so on and so forth. So you can also want custom CSS if you know how to do this. And then if you want to choose a theme, you can do so as well. For example, I chose Purple Galaxy, and then we can see that it has reflected into our form. But I want the default theme again, and then the black one, the black theme, and then that's it. And then for the layout, you can do so as well, but we'll just choose the classic form. And then once you're done with your form, just change the title of it, contact me. And then you can click on settings. You can edit the form or customize the form a little further if you want. If you want it to have an email, you can choose a conditional flowchart. You can have a thank you page. For example, here's the thank you page right here, and then so on and so forth. So since we're just focusing on how to add a form in Canva, we'll just stick with the basics. So for example, you're done with this form. You wanted to add it to your Canva website. So let's just proceed to publish. So here we have the link. You can just copy the link. And then let's go back to our Canva website. So for example, we'll just use this text right here. So for example, I'll change it to contact me. What you'll do is you will highlight it, highlight the text, and then click on more, click on link, paste the link that we just copied, and then from the display mode, change it into embed. And then the form will load into our Canva website. So here we have the contact me form. So you can just rearrange it so that it looks better on the website. Once you're done with this, you can click on preview. And then we can see on the bottom of the website, there, right there, we now have our custom form that we just created. And then that is it. That's how to add your custom form into Canva website. So for example, if you want to see the responses that your customer had or your people had in your website, so we can just click on the form that we just created and then click on inbox. You can choose if you want to allow notifications, so every time that someone's submitted a response, you can add if you want to add notifications. But basically here is the inbox page of the jot form, and then you will see here that when someone responded to your form, it will all be listed right here. And then that is it. I hope you learned how to add your custom form into your Canva website. And thank you for watching.